So to find your x-intercept, that means that y is going to equal 0. Yeah, we're not graphing anymore, so just regular paper. I don't think we graph again until chapter 2. Okay, so x-intercept, y equals 0. So let's put our 0 right here. And notice we can't solve this traditionally. What do you think we have to do in order to solve for x? Factor. Yeah, we got to factor this down. Go ahead and factor it down. So we need to factor to find our x-intercepts. So go ahead, find your two numbers. They multiply to be -6 and add to -1. Anybody know our numbers? +2 and -3. Who agrees with that? All right, let's put it in our factor. So remember, because a is 1, we can do a shortcut. So we got a +2 and a -3. So let's go ahead and set both of these equal to 0. This one and this one. So for your first x-intercept, x plus 2 equals 0. For your second x-intercept, x minus 3 equals 0. Go ahead and solve them both. So you should remember, you have to write it as ordered pairs. All right, and it'll say that on the quiz. It also says it in the study guide. So you can't just say x equals -2. You have to write that as an ordered pair. For your second one, you add the 3. You have to write that as an ordered pair. So on the quiz, this is what I'm looking for. So now let's find our y-intercept. For a y-intercept, that's when x equals 0. So your y-intercept is going to be y equals, I'm just going to rewrite this. Put your 0 in. Figure out what you get for y. What do you think you're going to get? So your y-intercept would be, how would you write that as an ordered pair? 0, -6. Any questions about that? All right, one more question, and then we'll start working through homework 4. Same thing, find your x and y intercepts. So again, you'll have to factor to find your x-intercepts. Substitute a 0 in for x to find your y-intercept. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that on your own, and then we'll go through it together. Raise your hand when you have your x-intercepts. Right? Because A is 2. Yeah, you can't do a shortcut for this one. That number. 2 don't go into 5. How would you start? Really acting up today. Okay, that's your number. Let's keep going. Make a box. You should be at our answer by now. Oh, you're not done. Why not? You gotta make a box because A is 2. So if some of you all are trying to do a shortcut, can't do a shortcut. Why can't we do a shortcut for this one? Because A value is not 1. It's important that you know the difference. That is correct. Then after you find that, find your y-intercept also. All right, let's start working through it together. So this is A, B, C. A times C is -10. So what two numbers multiply to give you -10 but add to a -9? What'd you come up with? -10 and 1. Who agrees with that? -10 and +1. All right, about half of you all did this right here. That would break my heart on the quiz because I couldn't give y'all no points for that. You just lost 5 whole points. Can't do that. A is not 1. You have to make a box. So we're going to make our box. Just like so. The 2x squared goes here. The -5 goes here. We're going to put our -10x and our +1x. Take out our GCFs. What would be my GCF, the greatest common factor for these two squares? 2 and 2 and so we got a 2x. And then what am I taking out of this bottom row? A 1. Who agrees that it's 1? 1 is the only number that goes into 1 and 5. Is it going to be a positive 1 or a negative 1? Positive. So let's set that equal to 0. And you get x equals negative 1/2. That's your first x-intercept. So we're going to write that as an ordered pair. And now let's look at each column. So here, the greatest common factor is an x. And then here, what am I taking out of these two? What number goes into 10 and 5? 5. And it's going to be a negative 5. Let's set that equal to 0. You get x equals 5. And 5, 0 goes right there. That would be your x-intercepts. Now to find your y-intercept is always going to be the c value. But if you don't recognize that, we can go the long way. When you plug in your 0, you get y equals negative 5. So your y-intercept is at 0, negative 5. All right, let's start going over homework 4. Take it out. I'm not collecting homework 4 because, you know, you all were stressing me out about it a little bit. And I need for you all to know it for the quiz.